Morning, happy Friday. Welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Sarah, and I am going to get you through a 30-minute flow this morning. And join me on the mat. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. It's a great time to grab any props you think you may need. Grab a water. Always amazing to keep hydrated. So props that you possibly may need, and it all depends on your own practice. I have blocks, I have a blanket. If you don't have these yoga blankets, no need to worry. You can use a towel, beach towel, regular towel, just a pillow. So lots of different options. And we will begin shortly. So just find a comfortable position on your mat. Whatever's comfortable for you. Starting shortly. It's Friday, we're ready for another week. Yay. Fridays are always my happy days. So we'll start in a couple minutes. And again, if you're just joining us, this is a great time. Just set yourself up, grab a water, grab any props that you think you may need. Even in this 30-minute flow, please take as many water breaks as you need. Keep you hydrated, super important. This morning we're going to focus a lot on the lower body and a little bit into our downward facing dog. We don't normally spend a lot of time there in this class. It is a short class, but we're going to do a little bit more in that pose today. So a little heads up of what we're going to focus a little bit on this morning. And we're just waiting for everyone to join. Give you an opportunity. One more minute. And then we'll begin. We're actually going to begin child's pose this morning. It's a great way to start the class. And again, if you're just joining us this morning, happy Friday. Let's start a long weekend for many of us, perhaps not for everyone. Starting another moment. It's making yourselves comfortable, using this time to focus on you. Taking a moment to step back. Sometimes I create the waves. But it is 9:30. Well, welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Sara, and I am a certified level 2 yoga instructor. Yes. And we are going to begin this morning in child's pose. So you can choose to have your knees together. You can choose to go a little wider to the width of your mat. And in that case, your toes still would be touching. And then you come forward. Gently allowing that forehead to touch the mat. Now, if this hurts your arms in any way, you can slightly have a natural bend in those arms, which really try to focus on lengthening the spine. Now, another option is to have that blanket or pillow or towel in between the glutes and those heels, if that feels a little more comfortable. I'm just going to take a few minutes for a few rounds of breath in this pose, just focusing. Taking a moment to really get that mind-body connection, focusing on our breath. And as we ease and get comfortable in this pose, or as comfortable as we can, I want you to start to think or to acknowledge your breath just as it is. Really perhaps stretching those arms out a little longer. Just notice your breath just as it is, without judgment. We all breathe at different rates. It's just nice to take a moment here in our child's pose. Just taking that time to acknowledge our breath, lengthen the spine. Now I want you to take a deep inhale, really expand in that belly. And then slow the exhale. So you're going to take a deep inhale, we're still in child's pose. Really expanding that belly. And then a nice, slow, long exhale. And I want you to continue at this breath as we remain in child's pose a little bit longer. Try to get comfortable in this position. It's a great resting pose. And again, if there's any tension on those arms or shoulders, you can gently allow those arms to relax a little. You can lengthen even more. Listen to your body. A couple more breaths here. Really allowing that belly to expand. And then we'll gently up onto those knees. We can move that blanket or towel if we had one there. And then we're going to come into tabletop. And as we take a moment to maybe sway those hips from side to side, you could come into circles, coming back towards those heels. Loosen those hips a little. And then if you did circles, come the other way. Or you can just sway from side to side, just waking up the body. And then back to tabletop. So we're going to do a few cat-cows. We're going to take a deep inhale. You can have your feet flexed, all flat on the mat. And we're going to take that deep inhale, expanding that belly again, looking up. And then as we exhale, push through those palms, really arch that back like a cat. And then we're going to take that inhale again, really expand the belly and gently look up. And then exhale, chin to chest, and really arch the back. We'll do a couple more of these. We're going to take a deep inhale. And exhale. One more. Take a deep inhale. Really expand that belly. And then exhale, chin to chest. And gently come back to that neutral spine. So I'm going to take that right leg out, toes to the mat, and we're just going to gently push back. Nice stretch here. And now I want you to gently rock forward and back. Just a few of these. Forward and back. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Last one. And gently press. One more time. And then we'll bring that knee back down. And we're going to switch legs. So we're going to bring that left one back, toes into the mat. Gently push that heel back. Get a nice stretch here. And then we'll gently rock forward. Nice stretch. And more pushing it back, and gently come back again. So I'm just going to turn so we can see what I'm doing. But we're going to press that right foot back again, and then we're going to bring it over that left leg. And then I want you to gently, if it feels good in your practice, to gently turn and look over. So now we're adding a little twist to the stretch. Warming up these legs. And then back to center. Just swivel around one more time, but you can stay exactly where you are. The left one comes back, and then we'll gently bring it over that leg, that right leg. And then you can look forward, but if you want to add that little twist, you're going to gently look back. Still pressing that heel. And a beautiful stretch here. And then bring it back to center. So we're going to bring that right leg out nice and straight. And then I want you to kick that heel towards the glute. And then bring it down. Nice stretch here. We're also working that glute a little, pointing that toe, and then flexing that foot. Pointing that toe, and then flexing that foot. And these legs nice and really. Down facing dog, those little flows there. And stretch it out. So you can stay right here if you like, or you can add that left arm and add a little balance here. One more breath. And gently bring the hand down. If it was up, I'm going to gently bring that knee down and calm down into chest. Remember, you can use that blanket between those heels and the glute. Gently rest that forehead on the mat. Again, acknowledging our breath. This is a great one where you can feel that belly moving up and down. And then on your next breath, gently come up to tabletop. So we're going to bring that left leg out this time. And we're going to bring that leg up and then point the toe. Bring it up towards that glute and then out. Bring it up towards that glute and then out. Up towards that glute and out. Towards that glute and a nice straight leg. And then again, you can stay right here. This may feel great. Or you can add that arm for a little bit of balance. Looking up and off your mat, finding a focal point. Have that foot flexed also. And then gently release that hand if it was up. And then followed by the knee and come back into a child's pose. I'm going to take a moment again to acknowledge that breath. Lengthening the spine. And then gently come back up. So we're going to do one more little exercise here. So I'm going to bring that right leg out. And then I want you to bend from the sole of the foot toward the ceiling. I'm going to do some little pulses here. Really strengthening those glute muscles, quads, while in a beautiful tabletop. And really do these moves with intention. You don't have to be super fast. A couple more. Bring that leg, raise the straight, holding this here, and then gently bring it down. Move those hips from side to side. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to do the other side. So we're going to bring that left leg nice and straight out. Then bend that knee, sole of the foot towards the sky. And we'll do those pulses. Again, each one with intention. Try and look slightly in front of the mat. I am turning around to see you guys, but you should be looking up and off that mat. Finding that focal point. So a few more. You got this. 1 and 2. Straighten that leg. Hold it here. And then gently bring it down. And we'll come into our chest. Again, this is a great moment to acknowledge any movement in the belly. Lengthening those arms maybe a little more if you can. Noticing how each one is different. Sitting back towards those heels. Remember, you can use that blanket or pillow. Couple more breaths here. And then we'll come back to tabletop. I want you to flex your feet. So we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So we're really going to push it. Make sure those wrists underneath those shoulders. I'm going to push through those palms and lift that tailbone high to the sky. Don't worry if your heels are not touching the mat. And again, if there's a lot of pressure on those shoulders, bend those knees. Still trying to maintain a flat back, but that may help a little. And from here, you can bend those knees one at a time into our happy dog. And then gently press them down, push through those palms. And I want you to gently come up on the toes. And then gently come up on the toes. You're noticing the difference here. And then gently. And then from here, you're going to gently look forward. You're going to come into a plank. Or you're going to come down on your knees. And so from here, we're going to come into our chaturanga. So you can be on your toes or on your knees. And either way, you can gently roll forward. The elbows can be at a 90-degree angle. Come against the ribs. Coming down. And then either cobra or up dog. And then back to down dog. So you can see we're going to work on our down dog this morning a little bit. Just take a moment here. You can again pedal those legs. You can even use them to move them from side to side. Nice little stretch here in the hips. And then back to that downward facing dog. And then again, coming forward, either into our high plank or on your knees. You're on our knees this time. So bring your knees coming forward. And all the way down. Either to cobra or up dog. And then down facing dog one more time. Again, pedaling out those legs perhaps. Nice stretch here. Really push through those palms, tailbone high to the sky. And gently coming forward one more time. So you can either on your hands and toes, or you can be in that tabletop and do it that way. So we're going to gently come forward and then brushing those down. Cobra up dog. And then into our down dog. And modify as you need. You even go a little slower than I'm going. There's no rush. This is your practice. And pedal the knees out one more time. So we're going to come on those toes one more time. And then gently press down. Feeling that difference, that beautiful stretch on those toes. And down. So we're going to look towards those hands one more time, either into that plank or on your knees. Gently rolling forward, and we're going to come all the way down. this time. Bringing those hands out in front, palms flat on the mat. We're in a beautiful Sphinx pose. So holding this here, you can gently look up, lifting that chest up. But you can allow that neck to come down here. Another beautiful way to do this, especially if it hurts the neck in any way, is to bring this block between those arms and gently rest the forehead. So this is another way to do this. Take a moment. So focusing on the breath as that belly really sinks down into the mat. Release, especially if you're using the block, move that out of the way. We do one little ab exercise. Do what you can. So we're still with our hands on the mat. I'm going to gently just lift up the hips. The knees are still there. Then flex those feet and come in to a plank or a plank. There we go. And then we're going to gently bring those hips back down. And then unflex those feet. And then we can take another moment in Sphinx pose. You can bring that block again if you like. Or if you want to lift the heart, you can look up. It really depends where you are in your own personal journey today. Each day is different. So we're going to do that ab hold one more time. You prefer to stay in Sphinx, you can. So the block is there. We're getting out of the way. We're going to lift those hips first, flex the feet, and then come into that plank. Hold in here for a moment, looking up and off your mat. And gently bring those hips down. Unflex those feet and take a moment in that Sphinx pose. Really noticing that breath, that mind-body connection. Next breath, move the block. I'm just going to gently bring those legs up. And just windshield right with those legs. You can stay in the Sphinx arms, or you could bring one on top of the other. Maybe rest that head on those arms. And just allow those legs to release a little. Bring them back to center. And gently release those legs down. And we're going to come onto our backs. So we're going to do a little bridge work. So we're on our backs. With our knees up. And I always advise as close to the glute as comfortable for you. It's different for all of us. And we have lots of different modifications for this. You can use a block for a more gentle bridge. So if you use a block, you bring those hips up. And it's really important to really push through the heels. A lot of people think you're going to really squeeze those glutes. But when you push through the heels and you come up, automatically firing up those glutes. So if you would like to use a block, you can bring this in that lower back there, and it's going to be different for everyone. So place it what's good for you. You want to be comfortable here if you're using the block. If you don't want to use the block, you can lift those hips up as high as you can. And you can stay right here, really lifting up the chest. You could bring those hands underneath and release those hands. And you can even slightly roll up on the shoulders. So there's different levels and you go where you need to go. This is great for opening up that chest, opening up those lungs. It's all nice and healthy. We'll take a few moments here. Maybe you can use that block. One more breath, really using those inhales and exhales. And coming all the way down, releasing those arms, releasing the block if you have it there. Bring those hands by your side and just gently swing those legs from side to side. We're going to do a nice hip stretch. This is a great alternative to regular pigeon. So we're going to bring this left ankle over that right knee. And I always advise that you want to stay right here and just gently push on that knee to open up the hip. That is definitely an option here. You can interlace those hands, clasp them around that right. They don't have to be interlaced. You just gently hold on and then gently bring that knee towards the chest. And you feel this beautiful stretch here in this left hip. Flexing the feet are added to the stretch. You can want to play around with this. Maybe flexing and pointing and noticing a difference. You can gently tuck that chin to lengthen that neck. One more breath here. And release. I'm going to switch legs and then gently release that knee down. You could take a moment just to sway those legs from side to side. And then I'm going to place that right ankle on top of that left knee. And again, you can stay right here and just gently have that right hand on that right knee and just gently press this here. Or you can take those hands and make that left, flexing the foot and bring it close to the chest. And remember, each pose is going to look different for each and every one of us on different days. Listen to what your body is telling you today. And most importantly, use the power of our breath. One more breath. Bring it a little bit closer. And bring those feet back down. Swing them from side to side. Now we're going to go into our spinal twist. And you can keep your knees up. Nice, gentle spinal twist. Bringing those arms into a T. And then we'll gently allow those knees to fall over to the left. And you can gaze straight up, or you can look over to the right. An even deeper twist here. Completely up to you. It's a beautiful way to end your practice. It's a beautiful spinal twist. It may not feel good to look to the right, so you can look straight up at the ceiling, which is where you need to be. And then on our next breath, we'll bring those knees back to center. And then we'll move over to the right. And we'll go over to the left. Time here. Great time to focus on that breath one more time. We're focusing continuously throughout practice. It's just a moment where we can really truly acknowledge feeling and movement in the belly. And come back to center. So I'm going to bring those legs down. And then we're going to bring that right knee in. So we're going to try and clasp our hands below that knee. You may be here on that thigh, just bringing it in that way. Again, no judgment. Don't be hard on yourself. It's where you're at today. And so from here, I want that You might want to flex that left foot so that calf can be on the mat. I'm going to gently bring that right knee in towards that right arm. And again, tucking that chin, lengthening that neck. Remembering that inhale creates the space. And then on the exhale, we move in. We go a little bit deeper in this last breath. And release. So I'm going to switch legs. I'm going to bring that left one in. It's definitely one of my favorites. Again, you can always just grab here on this thigh. I'm going to bring you in towards that left elbow. Right foot is flexed, especially if that calf is not on the mat, so help a little. Your left foot is nice and relaxed. So bring that in towards that left elbow. Again, tucking that chin, lengthening that neck. One more deep inhale. And then on the exhale, maybe bring that knee in a little bit closer. And so we're going to come into our resting pose. You can be flat on the mat. I know this is not comfortable for everybody, especially your back is a little cranky, so you can also bring your knees up. And you can even come into butterfly, the soles of the feet touching and the knees coming out. Showing a nice hip opener. But it's definitely where your body is today. So you go where you need to go. And I'm going to talk you through a little tense and release. It's a beautiful way to get into our resting pose. So with your eyes open or closed, completely up to you. I want you to start by squeezing those toes, ankles, calves, glutes, the entire lower body. Squeeze it all as tight as you possibly can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then gently release. Releasing all the whole body. Allowing it to rest. Now I want you to take your hands and make a fist. And I want you to squeeze the entire upper body, including your abs, shoulders, as tight as you possibly can. And slowly slide each part to gently rest on your mat. This time we're going to squeeze the face. I know this might seem a little strange, but we're going to squeeze everything into the center. Squeeze it as tight as you possibly can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then slowly allowing all of those facial muscles to rest for a moment. This is your time. And really focus on the belly, breath. You can daydream here if you like, if your thoughts go elsewhere. Focus on that spot just below your belly button. As we dial back into breath. And actively noticing the movement. It's your time to shut everything else down. It's for you. You're safe. Start to bring awareness to your body. Perhaps moving your fingers, moving your toes. And come back to that breath. And gently roll over into a fetal position just for a moment. And then from here, transition back into seating. As many of you know, I do like to sit on a block. Uses those hips and knees a little. It's beautiful. So if you like, you could take a block and sit here. You do not have to. If you do have a block available, this is a great way to have my racks and hips and knees low. Just take a moment here, bring those shoulders up, back, and sit up nice and tall. Really lengthening that spine. Inhale those arms up as comfortable on your shoulders. And exhale those hands to hearts. Thank you for practicing me for these last 3 months. I've really enjoyed this time. Thank you for supporting Operation Remote Resilience. I hope you have a wonderful Friday.